Welcome to the Jolly Roger. My name's Chef Brian, and today we're going to be making something, I don't even know what to call it, but we're going to call it the Jolly Roger Chicken Tortellini Pasta. So, we're going to preheat our pan. I kind of already did just to keep this thing moving. We're going to take our chicken. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, and Italian herb, Cavenders, and that's it. So, we're going to drop our chicken down. We're going to give this a couple of minutes each side, like normal. And then we'll go over our other ingredients. I have some semi-pre-cooked bacon that we had left over. We're going to throw that in. I have some spinach with a couple of basil leaves. I have half a cup of white wine, something that you drink. We're using a Sauvignon Blanc today. I have 2 cups of chicken broth. I have some crushed chili flakes. I have about 6 to 10 cloves of garlic, some heavy cream, some tomato paste, a diced white onion, and some cherry half tomatoes. And then the star of the show is going to be our tortellini pasta, which I have behind us. And we had an accident with this and from the other video, and it kind of screwed up. So when you're going to put your tortellini pasta into a plastic bag, make sure each one is frozen separately. So like you would take this whole tray, put it in your freezer, or take a smaller tray and stack them. And then that way when they're completely solid, they won't stick to each other. But we made these again today, and this will be our tortellini. It's stuffed with ricotta, spinach, and a little bit of basil and a little bit of salt. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put it right up there, and y'all can click on that after this. So we're gonna wait on our chicken. I'll bring it back when we flip, and I'll see you in a second. Our chicken is ready to flip, so what we're gonna do is just flip it. We're gonna do another minute to 2 minutes on this side, and then I'm gonna pull them off and put them on a rack, and then I have an oven behind me that is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's around 170 something Celsius. Sorry, I'd have to Google that. But pull it off, then we'll sear these 2, and then I can finish them off in the oven, and then we can continue making our sauce. All right, now our chicken is done. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in the oven. I have a timer set for about 4 minutes. Since these chicken breasts are cut in half, they're not gonna take near as long. And then we're gonna start on our sauce with first the onion. Get these softened. We're gonna add a little bit of salt to this so it starts drawing out the moisture. And I'm gonna add in our tomatoes. And these are gonna start to blister as well. And I'll give it a little bit of like a different tomato flavor. It's not like roasted, but it'll give a little texture to the skin. And then when these start to get almost done, we're gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of tomato paste. I have a tube of it. It makes it a little easier instead of opening up a whole can, because most of the time we're not using a whole can. So those are always handy to have. Then we'll throw in our bacon and our garlic. Actually, I'll throw the bacon in a little bit sooner. So now I'm gonna throw in our bacon. And as you can see, these tomatoes are starting to denature themselves, and they're gonna get softened. If you wanted to use sun-dried tomatoes, this is when you would throw those in as well. I'm not a big sun-dried tomato type person. Never really liked them. So we're gonna give this bacon a little longer to go. And then we'll add our tomato paste here in a minute. Boom. We're gonna add in about a tablespoon of tomato paste and give everything a good stir. And this is gonna caramelize our tomato paste and make it a little bit more flavorful. Heat always changes things, that's for sure. And it'll give some good color to this dish as well. After this goes our garlic, and we're only gonna cook our garlic for about 30 to 45 seconds. That was the timer for my chicken. I'll get to that in just a second. All right, garlic. And we love garlic around here. That's why we're using like 10 tablespoons or 10 cloves. And as soon as we can start smelling this garlic, we're gonna add in our white wine. And then I have some cold butter to emulsify our sauce, but that's not all of our sauce. We're gonna be having some chicken stock and some heavy cream. And that right there, so I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit, add in our white wine, and we're gonna bring this up to a simmer, and I'm gonna check on the chicken. See you in a second. All right, I have 3 tablespoons of cold butter, right? 3?
Yep.
Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and toss that in. And once this butter melts, we're gonna add in our chicken stock and our heavy cream. And then I'm gonna grab our tortellini, and we're gonna cook our tortellini in a sauce. And if you don't know, fresh pasta only takes a few minutes to cook. Whereas, you know, your store-bought pasta, it's dried out, it takes, you know, 10 to 12 minutes to get to al dente. Whereas this is only gonna take 3 or 4 minutes. And then we can add in the rest of our stuff. And this dish is extremely quick. It's a great weeknight meal. And we're gonna have some excellent, I'm excited about this. Those onions are looking good, bacon's looking good. And when you go to make food, you wanna get your colors in order. So like, what looks good with green? Red. Red and green just make it great eye appeal. And so that's gonna help this dish look amazing, taste amazing. And we are about almost done melting our butter. So I will grab our tortellini here in just a second. We'll add that first, and then we'll add in our stock and our heavy cream. And the chicken did take a little bit more time. I'm still got it in the oven, I checked it. We are not ready for that yet. Can you imagine if I dropped these?
Oh, God.
That would stink.
I would be so mad.
All right, tortellini is in. We're gonna add in our stock. And this is 2 cups. And then we're gonna let this come to a simmer. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I'm gonna add in about a cup of heavy cream. And then we're gonna add in some red chili flakes, just to add a little bit of spice and a little bit of dimension to the flavors. And this cream is gonna help thicken our sauce. And if it doesn't thicken to the right consistency, then we'll do a cornstarch slurry. But a little bit of chili flake, a little bit of heat. And then we'll give this a stir. And then when our chicken comes out, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that up. And we're almost ready to eat. I mean, that's how quick this dish is. It's boom, 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 boom. So I'll bring you back in just a second. So we're gonna make a garnish, and I just have some fresh basil leaves here. And this cut is called a chiffonade. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our leaves, we're gonna stack them up, and then we're gonna roll them like a small cigar. And then we're gonna go down with our knife. And this is just gonna be nice presentation, little bitty ribbons. And we don't want a whole bunch of basil because we have basil in our tortellini. But that should be good for just a dish. Toss that in. Still got a little bit of time left on our chicken. And a little bit of time, we're starting to simmer on our sauce. So our sauce is a little loose. As you can see, we're starting to bring it to a simmer / small boil. And I got 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm gonna go ahead and add just to help thicken this up. And the chicken is almost done. And if you over add on your sauce cornstarch, you can thin it out with a little bit of chicken stock. That's looking good. I like that. So we're gonna turn this on low. Actually, I'm gonna turn it off since we're bubbling pretty erratic. And wait for our chicken, cut it up, throw that in. We're gonna throw in our spinach. Actually, I'll throw in spinach now and give it time to wilt. And there's a couple of whole basil leaves in here as well. And we'll give this a stir. We need to get everything underneath because the heat's what's gonna help wilt the spinach. And I'm gonna add a little bit more spinach. I know it looked like a lot, but once it wilts, it turns to basically, you know, almost nothing. Add a little bit more. I think that's good. And then we'll need to check our pasta to make sure our pasta is good. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful color. Love it. Our chicken just came out of the oven. We're gonna give this just a couple more minutes to come up to temperature. It was reading about 157. And we're gonna give it maybe 4 minutes, and then I'll cut it up, add it to the dish, and then we'll plate. And I'm gonna garnish with a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top and our chiffonade basil. We got our chicken cut. Now we're just gonna fold it into our sauce and plate, and then we are ready to dig in. All right, there you have it. Our tortellini chicken pasta, and I'm excited about it, so go ahead. Get a tortellini.
Yeah, we can. Spend so much time wrapping these things.
I know. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Nice. That nailed it. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, share, you know, whatever YouTube asks you to do. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care.
This is delicious.
Oh, the chicken's awesome.
Oh, we weren't recording.
We weren't?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, like.